Andy Roddick questions Emma Raducanu's post-Miami move. Why do that? Andy Roddick has one issue with Emma Raducanu, and that's taking a break after enjoying one of the best runs of her career. At this past Miami Open, where the British tennis player made her first WTA 1000 quarterfinal, she achieved her best result since winning the 2021 US Open. Since then, the world number 47 hasn't played a single match after skipping last weekend's Billie Jean King Cup qualifiers and also withdrawing from this week's Rouen Open. While the Miami run made Raducanu a top 50 player for the first time since 2022, it has been 3 weeks since she played her last match. And Roddick has a hard time understanding that move. She just found her form. Why is she recalibrating? What does that mean? She looked great. She looked like a top 10 player in Miami. Why stop now? The 2003 US Open champion asked on The Served with Andy Roddick. I get so frustrated. I'm such a fan of hers. I like listening to her reasoning on things, but you get to the quarterfinals, you are finally getting momentum and then you stop. Why put a speed bump in the middle of your season? It just happens over and over. You got to the quarters, let's build. Let's keep it rolling. I don't think clay is going to be her best surface, but she is really good on grass. Let's hope she sticks to the strategy this time. After pulling out of the BJK Cup qualifiers and Rouen, Raducanu reportedly worked on hiring Mark Petchey as her coach. For context, Petchey worked with the 22-year-old in 2020 and he assisted her in Miami. If everything goes well, Raducanu should kick off her clay season at the WTA 1000 tournament in Madrid next week. The rest of her clay swing should include playing at the Rome Open and the French Open. Stefanos Tsitsipas failed to defend his Monte Carlo title. The Greek fell to Lorenzo Musetti in the quarterfinal and dropped 800 ATP points. Thus, Stefanos lost 8 places on the ATP ranking list and dropped out of top 15 for the first time since November 2018. Tsitsipas embraced a notable streak in the exclusive group, entering the top 15 at 20 and staying there for 6.5 years. However, his results have not been so good after Monte Carlo last year, with the Greek lifting one ATP 500 trophy from 2 finals. Stefanos is eager to return to the top E10 as soon as possible, making changes in his coaching staff and experimenting with a new racket. Tsitsipas is seeking his first Barcelona Open title this week, following a convincing victory over Riley Opelka in the first round. Stefanos embraced an 11-6 score in the first 3 months of 2024, leaving the top E10. The Greek bounced back at his beloved Monte Carlo event, lifting the 3rd trophy in the previous 4 years and securing 1,000 ATP points. Tsitsipas reached another final in Barcelona and lost to Casper Ruud. Stefanos experienced an early Madrid Masters loss before reaching the quarterfinal in Rome and Paris. The Greek did not play well on grass. He secured the semi-final spot in Gstad before losing to Novak Djokovic at the Olympic Games. Kei Nishikori and Jack Draper halted Tsitsipas' progress in Canada and Cincinnati, while Thanasi Kokkinakis stunned him in the US Open R1. Alex Michelsen ousted Stefanos in Tokyo, and Daniil Medvedev repeated that in Shanghai. Tsitsipas wrapped up the season with the quarterfinal in Antwerp, Basel and Paris, finishing just outside the top E10. Michelsen stunned Tsitsipas in the Australian Open first round before Matai Bellucci bested him in Rotterdam. The Greek lost a thriller to Hamad Medjedovic in Doha before raising his level in Dubai. Playing with a new racket, Stefanos found his range and lofted his first ATP title since last April. Instead of building on that, Tsitsipas collected only 3 wins in Indian Wells and Miami, losing ground ahead of the Monte Carlo title defense. The champion passed 2 rivals in the Principality before falling to Lorenzo Musetti in 3 sets. As we already said, Stefanos lost 800 ATP points and ended his top 15 campaign after 6.5 years. Holger Rune got extremely annoyed with the Barcelona Open court after a bad bounce and the microphone picked him using some strong words. It didn't start well for the number 6 seed on Wednesday after world number 35 Sebastian Baez won the opening set of their match 6-4. Early in the second set, Rune led 2-1 and had a breakpoint when one of Baez's balls badly bounced and caused the Danish tennis star to miss the ball entirely. As the point was being replayed on TV, the 21-year-old was clearly heard cursing out the Barcelona court. Letting out his frustration the way he did probably helped the Dane, who eventually managed to get a break in the fourth game of the second set. And not only that, the number 6 seed also won the following 7 games to open a 4-6, 6-1, 3-0 lead. Baez managed to get one break, but Rune remained unfazed as he took the Argentinian serve again in the 7th game and closed out the match in the following game to complete a 4-6, 6-1, 6-2 comeback win. The 21-year-old may have gotten annoyed with the Barcelona court on Wednesday, but it doesn't change the fact that he still loves playing on the dirt more than on any other surface. My favorite part of clay courts is that there are many more dimensions to the game. It's not just about going for a big shot. You see the player's tennis. The clay shows who the better player really is. You can drop shot, slice the shots, with more spin. That's what I love, Rune said in his pre-tournament presser. The Danish tennis star plays either Casper Ruud or Hamid Medjedovic in the Barcelona quarterfinale. Harriet Dart took to social media to apologize to Lois Boyson after their Rouen match, admitting that her comments were too much. As the British tennis star was making her way back to the court from a changeover, she remarked that her rival smells really bad. Also, she told the chair umpire, "Can you tell her to wear deodorant?" As soon as the footage of the moment was posted on, it started spreading like wildfire. And the general reaction to Dart's brutal comments was shock and disbelief. After making all the headlines for the wrong reason and drawing negative attention to herself, the 28-year-old insisted she truly regretted her move and publicly apologized to Boyson. "Hey everyone, I want to apologize for what I said on court today. It was a heat-of-the-moment comment that I truly regret. That's not how I want to carry myself, and I take full responsibility. I have a lot of respect for Lois and how she competed today. I'll learn from this and move forward," Dart said in a written message posted on her Instagram story. Boyson also reacted to the incident. After completing a 6-0, 6-3 win over Dart in the Rouen first round, the French tennis player noticed that everyone was talking about their match. And she delivered a response that has since gone viral. For Boyson, this was her first win on the WTA main level of the year. In the Rouen round of 16, the world number 303 will play against either Mayuka Uchijima or Kamila Rakimova.